What's up, everybody? Welcome into another edition of Bets and Ball Games with Edwards and Greeson. Let's get started by telling you about BetOnline, the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything online sports betting. Right now, you can receive a 50% free bet of up to $250 on your first deposit to bet on anything from the UFC to baseball to Formula One racing. BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Use promo code BELIEVE, that's all caps BLEAV, for your 50% free bet credit on your first deposit up to $250. Bet online, the game starts here. All right. What's up, Mr. Greeson? Joining us from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Everything's good here in Chattanooga. We are, man, I will say this. I'll say this, and this has nothing to do with picks, bets, or ball games. My wife is doing a whole lot of traveling for her work, which means the last 2 or 3 days, it's been me and our two kids, single parents.
A little tougher
You
task.
people are heroes.
Right?
Heroes. I'm no kidding. I mean, holy buckets, man. I mean, that's heavy lifting.
That is. That is. Yeah. So, I mean, you're packing
Well,
all
you
the
don't
lunches.
know. I mean, beat
You're
feet,
right.
man. Beat feet with your headset and your mic. And yeah, we may have the blue shirt on, but no. Beat
Two
feet.
different worlds.
Beat feet.
Two different worlds. All right. So, hey, unfortunately, but we have it every year, this time of year, all year long during football season, and it's something you got to monitor if you're betting. And we've got injuries galore to report on in the SEC. So Christian Clark, Texas running back, true freshman, probably the expected to get the least playing time of the before he got hurt, the four healthy scholarship running backs remaining after C.J. Baxter's season-ending injury. So he tore his Achilles. He's now out for the year. So Sark and company, I thought they'd be okay without Baxter because I like Jaden Blue. But, we talked about last week, their margin for error got slimmer.
You my boy, Blue.
That's right, Jaden. Well, hey, Jaden's going to be Texas fans' boy if he stays healthy, because if not, they are in trouble at the running back position because they've got three healthy ones remaining. Our boy Blue, Trey Wisner, 12 career carries, and incoming freshman Jarrett Gibson. That's it. So, might see a lot more blitzes. These running backs better be ready for blitz protection, etc. But Texas down to three healthy running backs. Oklahoma wide receiver Jaden Gibson out for the season. Only 14 catches last year, but 375 yards and 5 touchdowns. Chip Trayanum, transfer from Ohio State for Kentucky, broken hand, out 3 to 4 weeks. Probably going to not be back till mid-September. So the best running back for Kentucky is probably going to miss the opener, which is against Southern Miss at home. And I would say he's very iffy for South Carolina at home. They hope to have him back week 3 when they host Georgia. All right, Texas A&M running back Reuben Owens, 5-star in last year's 23 class. He was an SEC all-freshman team member, 385 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, out for the season. And Darius Smith, Missouri's 4-star transfer from Georgia, edge rusher, out for the season. So a lot of injuries, season enders, well, except for the Kentucky the starting running back. Any thoughts on these, Mr. Greeson?
Well, several thoughts. One, we gotta go Oklahoma under right now, right?
Schedule's brutal.
Their schedule's terrible. They are about to dive in. They lost their, as you mentioned, their running back. Second, Texas A&M losing Reuben Harris. Was that his name?
Reuben Owens.
Reuben Owens. Is there a better sandwich, underrated sandwich than the Reuben? I mean, the Reuben is such a good sandwich, you know? We don't. Granted, the French dip is the Michael Jordan of just show up and order the French dip. But the Reuben is a really good sandwich, right?
The Reuben is good. I like the Cuban.
Oh, nice call by you. Hey, you know what? You and I have the same shirt color on for a reason. Because
right.
I do like the Cuban.
They had a place in Atlanta called Little Havana. Oh, it was so good and it burned down.
Did you ever go to Crickets?
Is that Marietta?
Down there next to
by the Big Chicken?
No, not by the Big Chicken. By the Varsity downtown.
Crickets, no.
No, they had the best wings I've ever had.
Really?
Best wings I've ever had.
Yeah, I'm a big Fat Matt's guy when I go back to Atlanta. Do you like Fat Matt's?
Yeah, I like Fat Boys. Fat Boy was great. But
don't start beatboxing.
I'm a sort of redneck. To your point, though, I think Texas needs to be really concerned about losing people and pieces on their perimeter, because every time they look up, I mean, do I think Quinn Ewers is a dude? Yes, I do. I think he's going to be a top 10 NFL pick, but we're now starting to check off line items on who he's going to have available.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's not good. Only 3 healthy scholarship running backs remaining, and it is mid-August, and Texas wants to be playing deep into January. So, yeah, it's an issue. I mean, I'm sure they've got some walk-ons from rural Texas that would be glad to jump in there. But, yeah, so we'll see. So we got those injuries. All right, our good friends at BetOnline, they've got some season win total matchups. So you match up different teams, who's going to have the most wins. If they have the same amount of wins, it's obviously a push. And this, I assume this is regular season only, because that's how season win totals are. Let me see if there's any explanation for that. I'm not seeing one, so I'm just assuming it's for actually it says most regular season wins, so it does specify. All right, here we go. We're just gonna go through the ones involving SEC teams, and now I have a lean on this first one, but considering what you've been saying about the Crimson Tide, I don't know that you'll agree with me, because both of these teams in the playoff last year, a rematch of sorts with BetOnline in this matchup. Alabama minus 150 to Michigan, which Michigan is plus 120. And I'll remind you, Mr. Greeson, and our listeners, that Michigan plays Texas in week 2. They play Oregon November 2nd, and they play Ohio State November 30th. And that is 2, 3, and 4 in my power rankings. I've got Oregon 2, Ohio State 3, and Texas 4. So if they just lose to those top 4 teams, 9's the maximum they can win. But I understand you're not very bullish on Alabama.
No, I'm not. But Alabama lost 22 starters last year. I mean, they lost. That's like fifth. They lost 17 or 18 NFL draft picks.
No, they did not. That's a little exaggeration.
Well, no. I said Alabama. Michigan.
Oh.
Michigan.
Michigan lost
Michigan
13.
lost a slew of dudes.
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
Harbaugh and
Keep going.
I think Michigan wins fewer games than Alabama. So if you're talking about back and forth, or no, I think Alabama's going to struggle, and there are going to be a whole lot of whispers and conversations about the Kalen DeBoer year one, but Michigan is going to be worse.
Yeah. Now, they possibly could win 9 because the other 9 are very winnable. I mean, they could knock off Texas in week 2. Possibly. I don't think so.
No chance.
No chance. Oh, wow.
No chance.
All right. But, yeah, I would lean Bama here. I'm not a big minus 150 chalk eater, but I would definitely lean Bama on that one. All right, so here we go. We got Jay's alma mater matched up with North Carolina. North Carolina minus 155, Auburn plus 125. Where are you on Auburn? 6-6, if I remember correct, or no?
Yeah.
Okay. North Carolina. I mean, look, Max Johnson, can he stay healthy? Because I think Max Johnson is a pretty good quarterback, and I think he's a better than average quarterback in the SEC. I think in the ACC he can be, I mean, at times he was pretty darn good for A&M and LSU. So he's their QB. They've got an All-American running back, Marion Hampton. I'm looking at North Carolina's schedule, and I'm thinking like 8-4-ish.
Yeah.
So
No, you have to go. You have to go
North Carolina.
with North Carolina.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yep. Minus 155.
I don't trust Max Johnson. The ACC sucks, which then turns you into the ACC sucks. So
but more chances to win.
Exactly right. So they stroll down to Wake Forest or whatever is on the calendar. I don't know, but no.
UNC
7-5 is a good year for Auburn.
Yeah,
and I am a graduate, and I have told all of our listeners multiple times, I feel like I have done child abuse, that my kids have been raised as Auburn fans. So, we all grow up together now. And heck, I can't even break up with Auburn because, shit, Brian, I'm all of my clothes are Auburn clothes. I'm gonna have to completely overhaul my wardrobe.
Hey, I've had 3 losing seasons in a row. So
shut your pie hole. Your pie hole, Tim Tebow. You shut up.
No, you've had 3 losing seasons in a row.
Shut
too.
up.
I didn't realize it.
You shut up. No. I don't want to hear about Florida fans being all bitter and whatever else.
But
it's been 14 years since Cam Newton was at Auburn. And we have ridden the roller coaster. No, you don't.
Go ahead.
Don't
you
talk.
finish.
Don't talk. What's your next point on your pad?
I can't believe y'all have had 3 losing seasons in a row as well. I didn't realize it.
Oh my God, we have been abysmal.
Hey,
and I'll say this: Kalen DeBoer, in my mind, And he may prove me 1,000% wrong. He's the Boise State coach that Auburn just hired. Period.
You
Exclamation
think
point.
he is the next Brian Harsin? I think you
Yes.
are wrong there. I would love to have him with my Florida Gators. All right, our next matchup, Clemson minus 120 against Missouri minus 110. Well, I mean, you mentioned the ACC not being very good. I call it the ass candy conference. So, Clemson could win. I mean,
Did you call it the ass candy
I've
conference?
always called it the ass candy conference.
Wow, that is tremendous.
Isn't it? Yeah. The ass candy conference. That's the ACC. So look, Clemson's going to lose to Georgia. I think they probably lose at FSU, or we'll see at FSU. But they got to go at Virginia Tech too. Missouri would be my play here at minus 110 to Clemson minus 120. And I know you're bullish on Missouri. What are you
Yes.
thinking on Clemson? You think they win
No,
9-ish?
no. I'm super high on Clemson. Super high.
Okay.
And no, I'm sorry. I'm super high on Missouri.
Right.
No.
Yeah. So you like Missouri in
From
that one.
both winning 10 plus games. I mean, I've already put chips in the table on Missouri in the college football playoff.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean, they've got a great chance. But like I've been saying, if you're Ole Miss or Missouri, your 10-2 is not going to measure up to everybody else's 10-2 in the SEC. So I think Missouri and Ole Miss better go 11-1 to feel great about getting into the CFP. But we'll see. All right. Colorado minus 155 to Florida Florida plus 125. I think Colorado is going to be like 5-7, 6-6, and I think Florida is going to be 5-7, 6-6. But if Shedeur Sanders or Travis Hunter get hurt, that thing could go way down, especially Sanders. So I would lean Florida plus 125 on that.
I would too, but I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I mean,
right.
That there are too many
variables
juggling bowling pins. But I will ask. I want to ask you this. You and I have done this for a long, long time. I have been in the media world for a quarter of a century.
Yes, you have.
Deion Sanders is a dick. I mean, what do you say to that guy who, I mean, people are asking him questions and whatever else. There are two people who block me on Twitter. Deion Sanders is one of them.
Really?
And yes, because when the whole Ole Miss thing was going 12 ways from crooked, what do you do, man? Just be a guy. Just be a grown-up. And don't, I mean, what? I don't even know what to do. And
wait, time out. Who's the second person you've got that blocked you on Twitter?
It's a local guy named David Carroll. And you know what? We're just going to be our best us. I don't know. I mean, but for the love of goodness, Deion, quit being an ass.
Hey, FSU fans agree with everything you just said. Speaking of the Noles, they are minus 200 to Texas A&M plus 160. I would lean FSU here, but I don't lay minus 200 prices ever. So that'd be a pass for me. What say you?
Do you never lay minus 200?
I mean, I'll put it in a parlay, a money line parlay. I'll put a minus 200, but I'll package it with somebody else. I just don't like to lay big prices like that. Certainly not in UFC or baseball. Like in baseball, do you lay minus 200 or worse?
If I see minus 200 in baseball, I will go to the run line,
Right.
because
Exactly.
the starting pitcher is clearly dominant, and I may go first five, but no, I just was having a betting conversation with you because I agree. I do not love. I completely avoid the minus 200, but I'll go first 5 innings or.
When I bet baseball, I wouldn't really go more than minus 140. I mean, I maybe would bet the Braves if I felt like Glavine or Maddox was going to definitely be on point.
They've retired, right?
I've been retired from betting baseball for more than a decade. So
I mean, Glavine and Matt. I mean, don't tell me that you're going to say you're tomorrow night you're going to put a nickel on Necro with the Braves.
With Claudel playing center field,
yeah.
And Rafael Ramirez at short.
Hey, you know why they said Claudel Washington had to play center field? Because he couldn't play left or right because he liked the lines up and down.
So did Otis Nixon.
Oh yeah.
So did Otis Nixon. Yes, and by the way, it was the 40-year anniversary of the Padres and Braves, like the best brawl.
I was at that game
when Bob Horner came out of the press box.
Came out of that, and he was going to kick the ever-living bleep out of Champ Summers. Oh my word! Champ Summers wanted none of Bob Horner. None.
Hey, not many people wanted much of Bob Horner.
Oh my God! Hey. I wish I had like the mini mullet perm, whatever Bob Horner had.
He had it going on.
I'm kicking everybody's ass. Oh.
Okay. All right. Ohio State minus 145 to Georgia. Plus 115. If I had to pick Ohio State, Oregon out in Oregon, I'm going to pick Oregon. So I don't have to pick this bet, but I would probably go Georgia plus 115. You?
Oh, no. I think Georgia's the best team in the college football. And I have now started siding with your laments that I think Oregon is probably the second best team in college football. And we can find Oregon, Ohio State numbers. We're going to make money on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think Oregon and Ohio State are both loaded, but I give Oregon the slight edge. And I give them a slight edge because I like their quarterback, Dylan Gabriel, better than I like Will Howard. But I also, in other words, them being at home and the head-to-head against Ohio State doesn't have anything to do with it. I just like Oregon a little bit better than Ohio State, and I think they'll win that game at home. So Jay and I both like Georgia plus 115 to Ohio State. And then they also have Georgia matched up with Oregon, Georgia minus 125, Oregon minus 105. That's a pass for me.
Well, don't you play both? Don't you play Georgia on both regards? Because, and then maybe you hedge Ohio State in that actual game, because, I mean, we're talking about three teams that are probably going to be 11-1 or 12-0.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I think I pass on the Georgia-Oregon matchup. And now I will say Oregon has got 3 trips to the East Coast in a 5-week stretch, one of them to Michigan and one of them to Wisconsin in November when it's cold at those venues, and traveling east 3 times across time zones in a 5-week stretch will be challenging for them. But they,
Did you see, Brian, you see The Athletic reported UCLA is going to travel 22,000 miles in road games.
Wow. Okay. Oh, well, they got to go at Hawaii in
They got to
week
go.
one.
They got to go to Hawaii, and then they are now.
LSU.
They're close. If you are a UCLA fan and want to go to a road game, the closest road game is Washington at 960 miles.
That's a great stat.
I mean, holy buckets, man.
Yes. Wow. And they got to go to Nebraska. They got to go to Rutgers. They got to go to Penn State, LSU, and
Yes.
Hawaii. Wow. Yes.
I mean, hey, that's one. I know we talk about gambling because that's what we do, but we got to keep an eye on that amount of travel.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Need to keep an eye on that there, Brian Edwards.
Yes, yes. And you know, when you look at these Big Ten schedules, it's interesting who does and doesn't have to travel a whole lot. And it varies a lot, but obviously UCLA and Oregon are two that are getting the worst of it. All right, let's talk about my man, Andy Ludecke. Are you an experienced entrepreneur looking to diversify? If so, let me tell you about our guy, Andy Ludecke, and his business, myperfectfranchise.net. Like you, Andy had it with corporate America. He was married with one kid, another on the way. He wanted to start his own business, and he did just that. Now he has multiple businesses, a trash company, a gutter company. He can help you do the same thing. Here's how it works. You go to Andy's website, myperfectfranchise.net. You set up an intro call, a 1-hour consultation, and here's the best part. It's 100% free. You tell Andy about your passions, skills, goals, and the time and money you have to invest in this endeavor. Then Andy figures out what sort of business fits your DNA. He registers you with potential franchises. He'll find the best franchise that suits the vision and corporate culture you want. And before you know it, you'll be on your way. And Andy will have you making greenbacks galore. What are you waiting for? Reach out to my guy, Andy Ludecke, at myperfectfranchise.net. All righty. Let's see. Okay, we have a couple more of these matchups. We got K-State minus 130 to Tennessee plus 100. I don't think I like that either way.
No, I actually think Tennessee is going to be really good.
But I think K-State can be really good in a watered-down Big 12 as well, as long as their quarterback Avery Johnson stays healthy.
Yeah, but can you trust a dude named Avery? I mean, can you?
That's a good question. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I mean.
Hey, he's got really long hair too.
Yeah. Oh my word! He's got a ponytail. I am in a million years not trusting Avery with a ponytail. No, hell no. Hell no.
Fast. He's fast.
No,
He's got
Tennessee kicks K-State's ass.
All right.
Beat
Here's
Beat
the one.
Beat feet.
Here's the one that I really, really like and highly recommend this one, even though it's a minus 135 price. Ole Miss matched up with Miami. How is Ole Miss?
My word!
Right?
How do we not go Ole Miss there?
I mean, you do, and you do it with authority.
Yes.
I love that one.
No, you do it multiple units, right?
Yeah, one of my accounts has this, and I have bet it, and I bet it fairly strong. I would have bet it even stronger, but I've already got money on Ole Miss over 9.5. So, but I'm not a believer in crystal ball.
Where has Ole Miss landed? Are they now the over/under is
still 9.5,
10 or 10.5?
No,
right?
It's still 9.5, and there's some reasonable prices. Yeah, love it.
No, I love it too. No,
yep.
I love it too.
Excuse me.
I'm looking in our exchange here, and I realized that spending the last week plus swimming in the pool in our backyard has left me with, I got some sunburn.
Yes. Okay. It's
So,
August.
it's all right. It's okay. It's okay. It's
It
okay.
is okay. Yeah, y'all are just
Oh,
having a lot of fun with the wife out of town.
oh no, with the wife in town. Hey, can we say today is her birthday?
Absolutely. Happy birthday, Mrs. Greeson. We're not going to sing happy birthday, but
No, we're not. No.
is she back
She
in
was
town?
born on the exact day that Elvis died
Oh, wow.
in 1977. But
Out of way to go younger, Jay. Out of way to go younger, buddy.
oh, you damn well know it, brother. You damn well know it. No. You are so funny.
All right. Hey, so apologies to our people, our good friends at BetOnline. But we have some other props of SEC guys we want to discuss. So we're going to do just that. So FanDuel's got some props on some SEC quarterbacks, and they're over under on passing yards for Carson Beck, 3,150 and 1/2 yards. It's minus 114 odds either way. And Jay and I talked about it in the green room. We both like the over.
Oh, I love the over. Love the only way he doesn't go north of 3,200 is if he gets hurt, right?
Yeah, and by the way, this is a season long bet. So conference championship, bowl game, CFP do count, and so yeah, I think the only fear is an injury. And let's remember, they only played. Well, they did play 14 games last year, but they did not go to the CFP. They went to the conference championship and the bowl game, and he had 3,941. I think we'll all agree that we think they're going to the playoff. Yeah. And so they
No,
may.
completely agree. And let me ask you this now, because we're talking about bets and ball games. If we both love Ole Miss over their win total, Missouri over their win total, Carson Beck over 3,150 has to be on the short list of things we love, right?
Yeah, but I like. I'm not gonna. I think the fear of the injury though is just one play can mess you up. I mean, I think Ole Miss can, recover from injuries and still go over 9.5. So I still like Ole Miss better is my only point because like one freak play.
What is your rank? The things you've put your cheese in
Right.
on your top three bets.
Okay. I would say Ole Miss over 9.5. Then the Ole Miss matchup with Miami minus 135. I like Iowa's season win total over a lot. I'm gonna talk about SMU. I like that one as well. But that Missouri's right there. But Georgia.
Where do you put Tech over against FSU?
Well, I didn't really get as much as I should have at plus 14, and now the line's 11. So I don't put Georgia Tech anywhere near what I like Georgia and Virginia Tech the week later in week 1.
Now, hey, I will tell you this. I put a mortgage payment on Georgia over Clemson.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on that heavy as well. Yeah.
So
Georgia's going to absolutely pound Clemson. The narrative going into week 2 nationally will be that Dabo is not just a knucklehead. He's a dumbass for not using the portal. And, yeah, but I do like this.
I actually think we need to use the phrase dumbass more frequently. I mean, he's a dumbass. I mean, like, even if it's by like 17-year-old son. He's a dumbass.
Right.
I mean, that's
Yes, it's an underrated word for sure. All right, Brady Cook is at 2,950 and 1/2. And like we were just saying with Beck, I mean, I think injury is the only concern. He had 3,317 last year, and that was playing in 13 games.
100% over on that.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I mean,
love that. Because you and I both know that Eli is gonna sling it.
Oh yeah, and he's got great receivers.
Yes.
And yes,
He's got the best receiver in college football.
Yes. So there's 2 overs we like. All right, let's see what we got for Jackson Dart. 2,925 and a half. Let's see what he had last year. He had 3,364 in 13 games. I think we'll agree they're going to play more than 13 games this year. So you got to like that one over. I like all 3 of these.
Got to go over on that one too.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, brother? I may parlay all 3 of those.
You know what? In Tennessee, you can probably do that. I can't do that in Florida, damn it.
That's
good.
I can do it on FanDuel or, and I know our good friends on BetOnline, however it works out, if I can find them, oh my word, I'm going over on all 3 of those cats.
All right. Well, we got 2 more SEC quarterbacks. It might, but I might Venmo you some pizza money to put on that. On that 3-way parlay.
I might Venmo you.
Yeah. All right. So, what do you think Nico's passing yards prop would be? Throw a little guess out there.
I'm not betting on Nico's passing yards. Nico's going to run more than Nico's going to be like 2,500, 1,200.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Right. So, well, he's at 2,750 and a half. So I'm not bullish on that over. I'm not bullish on the under though either.
No, I'm not. I don't like it either way because I can see him being a superstar. And Tennessee, Josh Heupel coaches quarterbacks way better than anybody this side of Steve Spurrier. But I don't want Nico doing. I don't want to put chips on the table on Nico because there's going to be a whole lot of games that he's going to pass for 220 and run for 120.
Right. Yeah. All right. So Jalen Milroe. So before I throw out the number, let's see what he threw for last year. And remember, he did not play against USF. So he played 13 games. He had 2,834 yards, and his number is 2,550 and 1/2. I would lean over, but it's the first 3 with Brady Cook, Jackson Dart, and Carson Beck that I recommend the over. And the 3-game parlay you suggested, I like that as well.
Well, I would also Jalen Milroe is about to be in the first time in his life having to come from behind.
Might have some deficits.
This is, if I am going to bet Alabama luckily getting to 8 wins, then why am I not going to say Jalen Milroe is going to be over that passing number?
Yeah, no, I agree, but I don't like it as much as the 3 pre.
No, the first 3. As soon as you and I get off the chat here, I am actually going to go bet, and then you're going to text me. How do I get you money to text me to get more money on the bet? But and that's all well and good, but oh my word!
Yeah, the injuries. All we got to worry about is injury.
Brady, no, I don't want to. say curse words, but no shit. Brady Cook is him. Brady Cook is
Yeah.
him.
I like all three of those a lot. All right. Before we get out of here, let me tell you about another win total I'm adding, and it's SMU over 8.5 at a plus 104 return. The ACC office did this squad a lot of favors. They get FSU at home. They don't have to play Clemson. They don't have to play NC State. They don't have to play Miami. I mean, this schedule really works for them. They go 11-3 last year, and if Phil Steele's national unit rankings are on point, they're going to have a squad because he's got every unit ranked top 19 or better except for D-line where he's got them 25th. He's got them top 10 at linebacker number 10, wide receiver number 8, quarterback number 9, Preston Stone, 28-6 TDI and T ratio. And they lost 3 starters on the O-line, but both returners were first-team all AAC, and they got 4 O-linemen that were Power 4 transfers that have 120 career starts between them. And they got 2 D linemen from the Canes, one who started 22 games for Miami in his career, and the other one has started 20 games for the Canes. So they were active in the portal. They've got a lot coming back, and the schedule really works. So over 8.5 on SMU. You haven't gotten to your baseball yet for tonight, have you?
No, I have not.
But you will have it in Jay's Plays.
Well, Jay's Plays, we've been on a seesaw for like the last week. Win one, lose one. Win one, lose one. So it's kind of how it goes, you know?
Well, check Jay's Plays, sign up for the email, and it'll have, hopefully you'll be seesawing the right way tonight with some plays that'll be on your inbox at 5 p.m. Eastern, correct?
Correct. And the 5 at 10 is our morning email and online column at 10 a.m. with 5 things I'm thinking about. And none of them concern Brian Edwards, even though he.
What about the Falcons? That concerns me. What about the Falcons?
Dude, I'm
You don't have to apologize to Terry Fontenot, but
no,
we can give him a little golf clap for
I
this week.
love the Falcons.
Golf clap.
I hate that I love the Falcons.
Hey,
Rondell Moore, I mean, all of them. I mean, we just spent a first round pick on a QB2. I hate the Falcons.
I love the Falcons, but it's tough. It's tough. But hey, Matthew Judon, that'll work. And we got Simmons, the safety. Falcons might be onto something here.
Stop talking. Stop talking.
I won't get too excited. All right. Last thing before we go, UFC 305. I like a heavyweight matchup on Saturday night. I like Ty Bam Bam Tuivasa as a plus 190 underdog versus Jarenzo Rosenstrike. So Bam Bam has lost 4 in a row. However, those 4 losses to the number 2, number 3, number 4, number 9 ranked heavyweights in the world. Rosenstrike 2-3 in his last 5, both W's against unranked tomato cans. And I think Bam Bam at home in Australia gets back in the win column. And I will also take the champ Dricus du Plessis at minus 110 against Izzy in the main event. All right. For Jay Greeson, I am Brian Edwards. Thank you for listening. Next week, it'll be game week, and we will be ready to rock. And then 2 weeks from now, we'll have a full card, and we'll be loving life. Thanks, everybody. And we will.
You gonna wear red next week? Because
what's that?
I just want to make certain we're on the
Falcons.
same. We're
We'll
on the
wear
same
Falcons
color.
gear. Falcons gear next week.
All right, fair enough.
For Jay Greeson, I'm Brian Edwards. We're out.